With Extreme Speed Entei picking up the last few KOs in Week 6, your LA Wakers are still undefeated going into Week 7 of the Pokemon Premier League. But this week we're taking on CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steelwings, whose team has a bunch of powerhouses like Sneasler, Ogerpon Hearthflame, Rillaboom, and Hisuian Zoroark. His Cleaver can easily set up Stealth Rock while attacking with Stone Axe. His Hisuian Goodra makes Fairy types not a great Dragon check, a Lantern to sponge my Thunderbolts, and an Incineroar of Intimidate to weaken my physical attacks. And his two Terra Captains are incredibly threatening, a Rhyperior that can Terrasilize into a Fairy or Water type, and a Frostmoth that can Quiver Dance and Terrasilize into a Water or Ground type. While his team does have Defog, it lacks Rapid Spin Hazard Control, so I figured this would be a great week to bring Spike's Overquill, which also lets me check both Rillaboom and Ogerpon with Poison Jab. But I also have Throat Chop for Bug Buzz Frostmoth. My HP and Special Defense also lets me live a +1 Ice Beam from Frostmoth, and my Defensive Ease plus Intimidate can allow me to live a boosted Sneasler's Close Combat. And while Sneasler can naturally take on my dual stab, I have Normal Gem boosted Self-Destruct to knock out it and Frostmoth. Next I have Scream Tail to not only get up rocks, but also Encore Lock a Nasty Plot Hisuian Zoroark or Ogerpon because I'm faster. My HP and defense lets me live Sneasler's Dire Claw and knock it out with Psychic Noise via my special attack EVs, and Grass Knot allows me to do insane damage to Rhyperior. I went with the Eject button because Hisuian Goodra is very tough to pivot into, so this gives me a means of bringing in a Pokemon and getting something in safely to deal with it. I also live a Swords Dance Rhyperior's +2 high horsepower. Next we have physically defensive Arboliva with Terra Poison to deal with Rillaboom, Ogerpon, and Sneasler. At +2, Sneasler's Close Combat can only do 58% max, and I do have a Citrus Berry plus my Seed Sower ability to get more recovery. Citrus Berry also lets me take 2 Ivy Cudgels from Ogerpon after Terrasilizing with Stealth Rock up. Earth Power lets me threaten Sneasler, and Terra Blast hits Rillaboom. My HP and defensive Ease also let me take an Adamant High Horsepower from Rhyperior as a Poison type, and KO it back with Giga Drain. And Fairy type Rhyperior takes about 80% from Terra Blast, as long as I've Terrasilized. My last move is Encore, just in case Frostmoth wants to try and go for Quiver Dance in front of me, or Incineroar also wants to set up. Urshifu has a pretty good matchup here despite my opponent having Rillaboom and Ogerpon, because Close Combat and Surging Strikes are really hard to switch into. And if I go for Ice Spinner as Rillaboom comes in, Grassy Terrain is gone and it can't Grassy Glide me. I'm faster than a max speed Cleavor, and my Spadef EVs with Assault Vest let me take a Choice Specs Hisuian Zoroark Hyper Voice. But this is also my check to Hisuian Goodra's Draco Meteor. My last move is Aqua Jet just in case Frostmoth comes with Terra Ground. But if it is a Quiver Dance Terra Water set to take on Metagross as well as Urshifu, I have Mirror Herb Wild Charge Thundurus to knock it out. This can also be a backup check to Rock Polish Terra Fairy Rhyperior because I have Sludge Wave, which also deals with both Rillaboom and Ogerpon. Focus Blast smacks both Incineroar and Goodra, and Psychic allows me to deal with Sneasler in one hit. Thundurus is naturally faster than all of Chase's team besides Sneasler, so it has a good matchup into most besides Lantern. And there's a lot of potential for this Pokemon to just late game sweep. My last Pokemon, which also has a lot of potential to sweep in the late game, is Iron Defense Body Press Leftovers Metagross, whose HP and defense EVs allow me to naturally live a +2 Close Combat from Sneasler and knock it out back with Psychic Fangs, while I can use Protect to get extra Leftovers recovery as well as Grassy Terrain. My special defense EVs let me better check Hisuian Goodra and Frostmoth, and my speed EVs allow me to get the jump on defensive Incineroar and Hisuian Goodra that may be creeping Metagross. So that's my team for week 7 of the PPL Pokemon Draft League. If you have been enjoying the Draft League content, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing. I upload these every single Sunday, and I upload competitive Pokemon every single day. Also, make sure you check out my opponent CBAD. He is a fantastic dude, and I love watching his Draft League runs. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Tony Flygon, Amo, Owen, King, and Maverick Shooters for all the help this week, as well as Gentleman Thomas for the Metagross image, and Pedro, of course, for the awesome editing. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. So here we are with week 7 of draft versus my boy CBAD. If you guys do enjoy the draft content, make sure you let me know. Consider leaving a like, consider subscribing, as I'm on my way to 500,000 subs. No Ogerpon there. Frostmoth is obviously a huge problem. I think we're going to start off with my Urshifu. Kind of wish I had the U-turn on this one, but Urshifu looks really good. Surgeon Strike. I'm Assault Vest, which helps me out versus Frostmoth a little bit, but that's about it. He does have the Terra Ground and the Water on Frostmoth, which are both very threatening. I do have the Mirror Herb, though, which looks pretty good. I have to be careful around Lantern, though. I have to weaken Lantern a lot. But I like this Pokemon a lot as a lead. And definitely check out Chase, by the way, if you haven't. His channel link is down below. Fantastic dude. Honestly, amazing. Love his draft content, too. And just an all-around great person, man. What a goat. I did not write down the Terras. I know them all because I'm positive I know them all, but I should write them down because I have this amazing habit of just forgetting stuff. So Rhyperior lead, oops, a little bit of a freeze there, sorry about that. Rhyperior lead into this. The only way he tanks a hit here is if he immediately terrestrializes, so I'm actually going to switch out into my Screamtail. Otherwise, because he might Terra Water immediately, but if he does, that means Frostmoth cannot Terra. So let's switch here. He does opt to terrestrialize. It could also be... Well, he could also be a more offensive variant. Let's see, Rhyperior. There's a Terra Fairy, so we don't have to worry about Terra later. Fairy. Goes right for the Earthquake. 402 to 257. Okay. 145 damage, which means that the dude is probably not adamant. Yeah, it actually isn't adamant at all. It's a more defensive variant. Okay, cool. Let me put that. EQ, not adamant. I have a few options here. I actually think this is my... Actually, this is my best option. I said I have a few, but I think this is my best option, period. They do not like this mon at all. They absolutely do not like this mon at all. I am just going to go right for the Earth Power. If he's AV and he goes for like Heat Crash, my Arboliva will tank it. I don't want to obviously Terra immediately either. Yeah, Arboliva will tank it pretty handily actually, especially after Citrus. So I'm going for the Earth Power. It hits Incineroar upon switching. Frostmoth is obviously annoying, but not the end of the world. Let me put Impish or Impish slash defensive on Rock Tomb. Ooh, bro went for the tomb. Nice little Rock Tomb. Okay, I think it's AV. Oh my god, yeah, it's definitely AV. That mon took 0. No, it's just max Spadef. Dude is actually max Spadef to eat that hit. So the Surge and Strike switchings are still phenomenal here. Yeah, bro is damn near max Spadef to eat that hit. Holy. Alright, we'll Giga Drain once. Heavy Slam doesn't matter. I'm not terrestrializing in front of this Pokemon. I don't have to. It's not a mon I have to fear. You know? It's not a mon I have to fear. Heavy Slam. So Rhyperior is at about 50, 51, 52, 50, 55 maybe percent. 55%-ish. I'm not going to look at the actual number. I'll look at it in a bit, but yeah. Another free Giga Drain. I don't really care. 55, close to 60. I would say 57%. I'm going to write that down. I assume he's going to switch here, so, or eventually switch here. Again, I'm maxed. I switched from a more offensive Arboliva to a defensive one here. Trying to just to help me out. They obviously have Frostmoth. That sounds like a Frostmoth. Yep, there's Frostmoth. Nice. A few things I can do here because technically we're looking okay. Technically, this one isn't too big of a deal now, I will say. I did no damage there. Frostmoth. Ice Beam offensive is annoying. Wild Charge does not do a lot. I think I'd Terra and Encore. Because they have Earthquake, I think I can afford to do this actually. The other play, which would give up Spikes, which I don't want to. I think I'm going to Terra and just Encore. I don't want him Quiver Dancing up. In case he wants to. If he wants to U-turn, that's fine. This does, like, give up my like resistance to everything that Rhyperior does. But it's fine. Encore is better just in case he tries to set up. Goes for U-turn, which isn't too bad. If Rhyperior wants to come right out, that's fine too. U-turn. I'm glad I didn't switch though. And we do want Spikes in this game. Now, Frostmoth does have Defog. Don't get me wrong, Frostmoth does. This is actually a tough Pokemon for them to switch into, too. This is actually really tough for them to switch into. So I'm not sure which one they end up going to. I do reveal, but that's not the end of the world. They might be a more support one. I just think we're looking insane with Urshifu right now. I think we're looking insane. I don't see what kills us. Maybe I'm dumb, but I really don't see what kills us. Incineroar? There's the Incineroar. Okay. No problem. Yeah, Encore is just fine. I get my recovery here anyway. Yeah, Encore was just my play. So we get my recovery. I'm basically at full. And no rocks have gone up. My Carnage can take basically any one hit. I can Encore if he opts to try and set up on me. And then I can get up rocks as well, which you want for Cleavor. Parting shot. Not the end of the world either. Yeah. I like the momentum he's going, but... Parting shot. His Rhyperior is annoying. I'll give it that. Yep, Rye comes out just to throw off most likely a heavy slam here. I do want rocks up though. Rye is basically back. Rhyperior, I'm calling it Rye like it's Raikou. I do want rocks. I honestly do. I'll go for rocks here. I want to punish Switchins if he doesn't have heavy duty boots, which Incineroar probably has, and so does Frostmoth. But I want to hit Cleavor too. There's the Earthquake. That did absolutely nothing. I do want to kind of just Psychic Noise though, as well. I just stopped the leftovers recovery and kind of just the damage all around. Keep this Mon nice and weakened. Nice and weakened is insane, by the way. It definitely isn't nice and weakened. That goes right for Heavy Slam. There we go. All right, so rocks up. I'm looking very, 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 very good right now with my Shifu. I'm assuming Terra Blast is the last move. Do I want to aim for spikes first, though? Because I can get up and Intimidate and get Poison Jab damage on them, and then go for spikes from there. You don't actually care about the damage that's done. I'll go Shifu. I'll tank a Terra Blast. And this is more sped up. I need damage on this. Especially because, like, look how good Iron Defense Body Press Metagross is in this endgame. They have a lot of physical attackers. So I'm going to go for Surgeon Strike here. If Lantern wants to come out and it is Rocky Helmet, it's not the end of the world. It has to be... I mean, if it's not Volt Absorb, that's actually... if it's Water Absorb, that's fine, I think, too. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, Surgeon Strike is my play. Hits everything. I think if Lantern comes in, it just gets smoked by close combat after. And if he wants to weaken me here, oh my god, that did absolutely nothing to Rhyperior. We are just trying to wear this Mon down. He should Terra Blast me here. Holy. That did nothing. Rhyperior is putting on a masterclass. Oh, it's Earthquake, though. Yeah, Raya is putting in work, bro. But I'm going to go for another one. Yeah, okay, so we're going to end up taking out Rhyperior here. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this Pokemon. Holy. This Mon is so annoying. He still doesn't have good switch-ins either. Rhyperior going down is amazing. No more Terra. I can't... let me put that over Frostmoth. Can't Terra, which means it shouldn't be able to beat Metagross, unless it's like Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, U-turn. And just rocks going up are really good. So, Sneasler? Lantern comes out. Okay. Would I rather CC this? I mean, they don't really deal with you very well. I do want to CC. I would rather give up Urshifu, as good as it is. I'd rather give it up just to get the chip on this. Yeah, for my endgame. Especially if he... I mean, he should always go for Volt Switch, but I want the chip on Lantern. Agility. Ooh. Not what I expected there. Agility Lantern's a little annoying. Let me see. What can I do here to tank 2 hits from Lantern? I would almost argue that it's not even worth keeping, because I can just Arbalova them after, right? So I think it's actually worth just going. I'm gonna keep this guy alive just because Surgeon Strike is free. I'm gonna go Thunderous. I'm definitely going Thunderous. Terra Poison just goes crazy, so there's Thunderbolt. Doesn't even 2-hit KO, which is crazy. Let's go for a Sludge Wave here, get my chip. The Ice Beam knocked me out. Yep. Doesn't matter too much. I'm okay with Thunderous going down there. I don't think it's as necessary. Because now I can bring out Arbalova, eat a hit, and just go right for Giga Drain. And there's not much that can take that on. Giga Drain is my play always. If they want to switch, that's fine too. I don't mind Frost coming out. If they want to stay in, if he goes for Scald, I'm good. I'll live. And I'll just get my recovery here. This mon's looking really good. G-Tree's looking great. Has the Earth Power. Has good chip all around. I can still get up spikes. Incineroar. I mean, I'm pretty sure Urshifu comes out and gets a kill now every time. As well with this mon basically going down. So I think it was worth it. Like, if Rhyperior was still around. If Frostmoth was... Terra was still around, I would not have sacked Thunderous. But because Terra was gone, I think it was worth it. Yeah, they do switch. Okay, that's fine. All I do is get back to full with this. I don't mind if it's Frostmoth. Oliver comes out. Yeah, all I basically do is get back to full with this. This could defog, but I don't think that's the end of the world. Do I want to go you though and just boom on it? I actually do want to go you. Over Metagross. I want to keep Metagross healthy. It's a good Sneasler answer. I mean, I have double Sneasler answers, but it's also just, again, the Iron Defense with Grassy Terrain up is damn near unguardable, so. Goes for Stun Spore. Ooh. I think I talked about this specific set to him. I'm pretty sure I talked about this specific set to my boy. We're just going to Poison Jab here. I have Self-Destruct, so I'm not too worried. He does U-turn. Whatever's coming in is taking a Poison Jab, potentially. If it's Sneasler, I have Self-Destruct, so I'm okay into that mon. It is literally support. That's so funny. I literally talked about this set with Chase. I think I can find the screenshot of where I talked about this with Chase. That's so funny, dude. I get a nice little Poison Jab off there. I think I do Self-Destruct. Maybe he SDs and tries to go for game. Whatever he U-turns out into, this is normal gem boosted Self-Destruct, so do a good chunk to everything besides Incineroar. Ends up going for bulk up. Let's see if we manage to break through. I'm not too worried because I have Arbalova, but it'd be nice just to kill this mon as well. Hey, let's see if it does it. Let's see. Normal gem boosted Self-Destruct. Sneasler is gone. No worries about that thing sweeping me late game. Now, at this point, I think I just go right out into Urshifu. All right, so now we don't have to worry about that mon at all. I think the trade is fine. We definitely go Shifu now. Let me look at our DMs. Think about Frostmoth, Elmeteras, Frostmoth. Can Stun Spore, U-turn, defog stuff. Yeah, bro, 9 says 8:55 p.m. I told him this exact thing. So if this ends up being Scarf, I basically just Iron Defense up and win. I'm pretty sure. So if it ends up being Scarf, and that's, can he even kill me with Scarf? Scarf would have to be dual wing beat. Scarf would have to have like dual wing beat. Cleavor, Choice Scarf. CC does not kill. CC does never kill my Urshifu. Like, it would literally have to be, what, dual wing beat, right? Some crap like that. Yeah, it would have to be dual wing beat. Which means, and it would have to be Scarf as well. So we go for Surgeon Strike here. Goes for U-turn. Okay. Aqua Jet also does 47 to 57 to that Cleavor. So, like, him revenge killing me is also going to be pretty hard. So we should pick up a KO here, maybe on Lantern. I'm thinking. It might just be Lantern. Is it the Water Absorb? Oh, unfortunately, Water Absorb doesn't actually stop That dude took nothing. I'll be honest, that dude did nothing. Alright, Lantern goes down to Shifu. Shifu. This was Quill. I'm assuming Cleaver comes back out. Let's see. CC's the only thing that can kill me. And I'm like debating if I Aqua Jet it too. He might end up going Frostmoth first, now that I think about it. Because we know it's Scarf. Again, CC's the only thing that can actually do any damage to me. And CC isn't even a guaranteed... Oh, no, it is guaranteed. What am I saying? I think it's fine to Aqua Jet here. There's a roll where I knock it out anyway. I don't, unfortunately, but they go for X Scissor. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah. You take me out. They die to rocks. I go Arbalava. If they want to defog and do annoying stuff, that's fine. I could have technically set up in front of this, I think, with Metagross too. X Scissor... No, X Scissor does too much damage. F that. Yeah, we just Giga Drain here. Nice. Grass Terrain's up. So I'm good. And then I believe... I think... Because they can't even Party Shot me. I'm pretty sure Metagross can win. Frostmoth. Body Press +2. Thinking Incineroar mostly. Could have definitely made this endgame a little bit more clean, I think. Impish. Yeah, if it's max, it doesn't beat me. So we just Encore here. No matter what they do, we Encore. Goes for Ice Beam. I get my juice, my citrus berry, nice. And then I want to say I just go for Earth Power onto Incineroar because it can't really touch me anyway. And if they stay in an Ice Beam, that's good too. Because he may just stay in. I'm Earth Power again. Yep, he does go Incineroar. Okay, so he's trying to take advantage of the Metagross coming in. We'll go for Earth Power here. There we go. Go over Earth Power, get my chip. That should put it in Metagross range. You literally have to Blitz to do any damage to me. Yeah. There's a parting shot. I don't think that matters too much because I'm just doing too much damage to Incineroar. God, Earth Power does so much. That actually has some SPDF as well, I think. Or questionable. Maybe a decent amount. Because he's trying to get back to a range where he doesn't get... Metagross just smokes at this point. He can go for Stun Spore. He would need a good chunk of luck, but... You Encore here, always. Goes for Ice Beam, that's fine. No freeze, nice. Locked into Encore. I think I'm just going to go Metagross now. Because I have Grass Terrain up, I can afford to Iron Defense once. I'm also Impish, so I shouldn't die to even a Scarf Flare Blitz. Actually, we can Earth Power one more. Just in case. Because I want Terrain up for Metagross. I literally want Terrain up. Metagross. Frostmoth, which I'm pretty sure is max HP. Yeah, Body Press never kills, but he can get some Stun Spore luck on me. Ice Beam. I did switch first. If we get frozen, we lose. Do we drop our first game of the season? We also lose the full para stuff, to be honest. That is absolutely nothing. Oh, I thought the end of the turn, I was like, oh, freeze? No! All right, I mean, I just go for Iron Defenses. I have to. I think he thinks if he loses this, he loses anyway. So I go for Iron Defense here. And that should guarantee that we live every hit from Incineroar. Obviously, Intimidate doesn't matter. I think he thinks that if I Meteor Mash that, he just loses anyway. I don't know. Metagross comes out. Iron Defense up. We do have the chip from the Earth Power from our Arboliva. The chip from the Earth Power from our Arboliva. And Body Press should pick up a KO here. Yeah, dude. Even if it's just max HP, it does 88 to 105. If it's max HP, max defense, 62 to 74. He's under 75. So, Body Press. And Metagross picks off Incineroar. So now he has to go for Stun Spore. He actually has to go for Ice Beam and hope I get frozen. That's legit what he has to do. That is legitimately what he has to do. Raw Smuff. Body Press always does more, so. Let's see. Does 0. He does go for the Stun Spore. I don't think that gives him a win. Unless he has Bug. Because I think even full paras just don't win the game. Maybe it doesn't have Roost. So. Maybe he wins. Let's see. It is. Oh, it's only Ice Beam. Yeah, I'm saying I think he had to go for Ice Beam Freezes there. Yeah, I think he legitimately had to go for Ice Beam Freezes there. But that's why we had Metagross at the end. Keeping it clean up. Maybe saving Urshifu could have been cool. If I got the roll, I probably just won immediately anyway. So maybe what I could have done on the Cleavor was actually go Arboliva. But I figured that if it actually went for anything that actually, if it went for Dual Wing earlier, anything that beat me, we'd be fine. But yep, we got the Iron Defense, Body Press, Metagross, picking off everything at the end. Rhyperior put on a crazy masterclass at the beginning. Dude was so difficult for me to win a versus. But the LA Wakers end up going 7-0 now. Into our 8th week of the season we go. Which I think, because we did unlock a mini goal, I have to build that on stream. So whoever plays me week 8, whether it be Necro Steve or Shroom River, please don't watch the stream. That'd be nice. Good game to chase, obviously. The second I saw the... Well, guys, for the second I saw the Rhyperior Terra, I wasn't as worried about Frostmoth terrestrializing. And the fact that it showed more support set. I obviously had Encore in the back, but I had the Mirror Herb too. And then I knew it couldn't KO Urshifu from full at +1 because of my AV. And then I always had my Overqwell, which is also built to live a +1 hit. But I ended up obviously using Self-Destruct on Sneasler. But again, I had Arboliva for that too. So I was like, it was an okay trade. Basically, when he showed it was support, I was like, okay, I think that's fine. But that was a great game. Urshifu obviously was really, really good too. Arboliva still has yet to die in a game that it has been brought. It didn't get any kills here though, I believe. But it has yet to die, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we're going to... Oh, I did get a kill. I got a kill on Cleavor. Yeah, that's it. I'll hit up Chase for an interview. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a like, sub. LA Wakers 7-0. Also, I think CodeAim30 might still be 30% off. It is, yeah. CodeAim30 is 30% off. So if you want to pick up my brand new flavor Cherry Apple, now's the time. It's hydration, 0 caffeine, 0 calories, 0 sugar. But if you get anything caffeinated from Advanced GG, 18+. All right, I'm gonna hit up Chase. One sec. All right, everybody, I got my boy Chase here with me today. We'll talk about the game a bit. Dude, your Rhyperior was so hard to kill.
It was a monster. I was like, I don't need like HP investment. Like, let's just put it here.
Hey, I mean, so when you teared it earlier, I kind of had like a little sigh of relief because I was like, okay, that means this little monster isn't gonna straight up sweep me. But the max freaking defense Frostmoth was so cool. Bro ate the body press like a champ. Why is my team?
It just like it just made sense. Like between that and Rhyperior, I felt like those were like definitely the two brings to just take hits this week. Because like ice scales, I never need to put anything in special defense. Like ever. No. So it just made sense to run just Fizz Def, like disrupt it a little bit. You know, somebody gave me an idea for this set a while back. Like I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. Just maybe freeze some stuff, parry some stuff, pivot around a little bit.
No, yeah, 9/8, 8:55 p.m. I think PokeaimMD actually gave you this idea.
Yeah, no, he really did. And then the encore on the Arboliva was great, by the way. I thought that was such a nice play.
It was again, if you had quivered, like so you see my Thunderous was Mirror Herb. just in case you quiver.
Oh, for the ooh.
Yeah. And I had
the wild charge there. Okay.
Yeah, I had wild charge just in case you were Terra water, which is like has ups and downs. The upside is you resist Aqua Jet, because if you Terra ground lets you knock out Metagross, but then you're weak to my water and grass.
Right.
And not that you're not weak to grass anyway, but you kind of set up on Arboliva regardless, because I'm a special attacker. So wild charge lets me deal with that. This guy was actually really cool too, because if it was Rock Polish Rhyperior, it also was really good into it, because it just it Rock Polishes alongside you, basically, and then I can just Focus Blast and you kill me after. But I can, at that point, I basically have enough chip on it. But yeah, no, so the Terra early was like a sigh of relief, but I was like, wait, I can't kill this stupid Mon. What is it's like? I knew you didn't have any attack EVs just based on the damage you did, but I was like, what is its stats? Like, what do I do into this? But obviously,
I just thought like the only ways you can hit that, like, so Sludge Wave on Thundurus is awesome tech. I would not have seen that coming if it came down to that. I was like, Overquill can hit me with like Poison Jab, Gunk Shot, whatever. Metagross can do, he brings a special Metagross, okay, like, but I think Terra Fairy and just being like a good backbone overall was best.
Yeah.
And then I think I let it go a little too early in hindsight, but no, I just wanted it there to be able to start chipping things, take some hits, and then Roar was my oh crap button. If you like started setting up with something that I didn't want to, have around, I was like, nah, you can get out of here. You don't need to be on the field right now.
Bro, the fact that this thing would have lived the Surging Strikes if I hadn't Psychic Noised is just insane. Like, this Mon is so nasty. Even with like Solid Rock, I was definitely scared of this. Obviously, I didn't feel the need to Terrasilize with Arboliva, because even Heat Crash, like, from no attack wouldn't do too much because I have Citrus for the recovery. But yeah, this Mon was a freaking pain for sure to take down.
I really wish the weakness policy played out. I shouldn't have eaten that close combat. I should have played that a little bit better, but I really thought that was going to be my my go-to there.
At the end, this would have been cool. This definitely could have been cool. I definitely could have.
What were you gonna hit me with Thundurus, by the way, when you brought it in?
Sludge Wave, dude.
Okay.
I brought it out as a sack at that point, because Sludge Wave is there because, okay, he's definitely not Quiver Dance Frostmoth, so I don't need the secondary. And then Rhyperior is gone, and it's not Rock Polish. Sneasler, I don't know if Sneasler had got boomed on at that point, but I felt confident in Sneasler because I had Terra Poison, Fizz Def, Arboliva, and then I had the Explosion Normal Gem, obviously. And then Metagross was also Impish, so like I felt confident into that Mon. And I felt okay in a Cleavor, so I was like, yeah, I just, Thundurus just came out, and I just wanted to get the chip with Sludge Wave, and then maybe I can Aqua Jet. I actually thought you might even be like a water, not water
at
absorb.
the end there, I really wanted to be water absorbed so bad. I went up and down with it, and I was like, no, like he really plays his Thundurus nice. Like I don't want to just be without a ground type or an electric immunity.
I get
so,
you.
and then at the end there, when you click Surging Strikes, I was like, but if I was water absorbed right there, man. Yeah. It was tough, but
no, definitely
it's the game we play.
Was a monster. It was actually a monster, like this little guy. I liked it. I like that you bring the cool sets like this too. Scarf Cleavor, obviously, this is obviously EV'd for what? Cyclizar, +1. Yep. And then, yeah, and I love Incineroar too. You obviously made a lot of changes to your team. How do you like it now? More than
so I like the team. I like the team overall. I just don't think his season's mine. As the record goes. We have good ones, we have bad ones. It's like looking Nexus's season right now. Like Nexus is like a top battler, and like we're just not in a good run right now. So I like the team. I think like somebody else piloting it maybe would be good. I like how it functions. I think dropping my Fairy type the week before my Haxorus matchup might have been a mistake, but it wasn't taking another hit from Haxorus anyway.
Fair.
Like it really didn't matter to me all that much from there, and I had Terra Fairy, Rhyperior in that one. So no, I like it. I think I'm more jaded by my VGC run with things like Sneasler and Incineroar than I am in singles. Like Sneasler has like 0 kills for me this season. It maybe has like 2 or 3. But like outside of singles, it's doing great. So I think I drafted a little too VGC prone this time around. Or maybe I'm just a little RNG'd this time around. But either way, I like it. I think it's a pretty good team.
I mean, you did well in Baltimore too, right? You were 5-3, but I read like in game 2 something happened that you could have potentially made it to game 3, and something changed.
10% chance I maybe could have made it into day 2, but it was what it was. 5-3, I was top 200 out of like 600-700 players,
which is amazing. Like,
Thank you. No, it was fun. It was fun. So like I said, I think just you have good seasons. I mean, P4G, we both went to playoffs last time around.
Semifinals as well. Last time you and I fought was semifinals. So.
Yep. SPL, before that was both seasons. I think were pretty solid runs.
Yep.
No, not the Dino one. The Dino one.
Well, you made it to you made it to quarters. In that.
Did I?
I fought you in quarters. I fought you in semis, and I fought
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so like I've done well before, so I don't know if it's just maybe the style of team, like what maybe it's the I don't know what it is. I have not had luck historically in the PPL, but I think the team itself, I'm checking out of my pity party here. I think the team is great. I really like it. I think it has a lot of offense. I think it has potential to take hits and to dish hits. So I think it's a good team. I just think it's a bad stroke of luck on my part.
Were you not an Inteleon fan?
So we talked about this a lot. The snipe shot scope lens set, I didn't ever crit. I never got the crits. I never got those. My dire claws have been now. Granted, Necro had a covert cloak on his ape, so I wasn't gonna get a dire claw thing there. But like, dire claw has not gone well for me. The speed tie against the I personally took offense to losing the speed tie
Mount making that play pissed me off.
I was a little he made the right play, man. He did.
He did not. He did not.
I think he did.
No. I will fight this. I'll insert the clip.
He had a 50% chance. He had a 50% chance to win that encounter.
But he didn't have to go for that play, is what I'm trying to say.
No, either way. So between Inteleon losing the speed tie and then never getting a crit on snipe shot, even with the scope lens, I just was like,
threw him away.
I was like, listen, man, like you're not doing what I wanted you here for. So it is what it is. I mean, at least Cleaver has gotten rocks up in a game when I click Stone Axe. Like that's he's 1 for 1 so far every time I've clicked Stone Axe. So that's all I can ask for.
This mon's so cool. I want it. But yeah, no, it's like a complete flip to my season with Inteleon, where early in the season it was not critting, but like the later half and even finals, all that Mon knew how to do was crit.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's why, and you had Terra Water too, so I understand it being more of a disappointment when you've dedicated a whole Terra.
Just blowing backwards with the crit snipe shots with the Terra Water.
The stuff you could do is crazy. Like you were talking about specs calc, and I was like, but look at this critical hit calc.
But look at this crit thing right here. Yeah, no, I mean that's so. The only thing that I think I'm questioning about the team was maybe going grassy terrain instead of like psychic terrain on this. I don't know if I'm the Rillaboom hater for a reason right now, but like Rillaboom has not looked good in any matchup.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I loved it in Sword and Shield. I think some of my best draft league runs were with like a Rillaboom or Shifu Rapid Strike team.
Yeah.
And like I can't find myself bringing Rillaboom to like any match recently. I don't know if I'm the hater or if it's just this style of draft league. With Terra and the new Mons and stuff like that. So I don't know.
No, it's definitely rough. Like, I mean, look at my team that I brought right here. You basically only hit Urshifu for Grassy Glide. You can obviously go for high horse powers and knockoffs, but for the most part, my whole team tanks. So I understand that. I do think Indeedee would have actually been really sick for you too, especially because it would have been really anti-priority for your team, which I like, and also that could have been a Terra captain. And I think that with Sneasler, like just you turning around with Sneasler.
I thought about it when I was starting to make some big changes, but I didn't realize that like when you draft Indeedee, you get both of them.
You get both, yes.
I don't know if I agree with that, but obviously I'm not on the council to make those decisions officially. I'm just there to kind of weigh in on stuff from time to time. But I definitely think like pricing the Indeedees differently, like the Bascu Legions differently, things like that. Like,
how would you have priced them differently?
I mean, I think so. I'd have to. Oh my God, we're gonna get into it, aren't we?
I mean, dude, you got time.
We got time. Let's let the ad rolls roll. Let me pull up the
stuff I have to use. By the way.
Woo.
This is a set.
Swagger Mirror. Did I? No, I didn't bring that against you. I brought that against Jack last season. So tier list. Let me pull up Indeedee.
I'll put both Indeedee on the screen as well.
Indeedee's 7 points. Indeedee's 7 points, and you get both.
Yeah, and one of them is 95 and 105.
Yeah, that to me is a little, I think if you're going to get both, I definitely think C tier. I think C tier.
I think it's very fair, especially with Terra, plus Terra's like it's a cheap Terra captain. It is not expensive.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is that both Indeedee's at 10 points. Both at 10. I don't know. Obviously, you can't bring Indeedee male and Indeedee female to a match.
I wish I could.
But I think
no,
separating
if you
them.
draft both, you can. If you drafted both, you could.
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah, if you draft Indeedee male and Indeedee female, you get both your C tiers at that. Sure, by all means.
Yeah.
But 10 points for a Terra Captain that like you can grab like an offensive one, like it gets what, 3? Where it's at? It gets 3 Terra types for where it's at, where we priced it.
You only need Psychic and you need Fairy.
You need Psychic, Fairy, blank.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't need anything else, pick whichever one you think you might need there. But I don't know. I think I definitely would have priced them in the C tier. I definitely think I would have separated C tier for both of them. At the very least, I think low C tier for each of them. I mean, I think the terrain eligibility and a Terra Captain is pretty strong.
No, I think that's very fair, especially
setting your like Rillaboom, Rillaboom setting its own terrain, being able to terrestrialize. Rillaboom's a 20-point Terra Captain.
Insane, by the way.
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. But
I actually think a lot of the higher tier Terra Captains are kind of like whatever. I think the only good ones, in my opinion, are the Ogre Pawns and like low kicks, just because you're guaranteed.
Don't talk to me about that low. Do not talk to me about low kicks. I don't want to talk about. No. I agree. I think low kicks is god tier. I think a lot of those Pokemon that just have innate just pressure immediately. Azu, I was going back and forth with Boff about he wanted a Terra Azu, and I'm like, you're bringing a Sun team. Like, I don't know if you want.
Yeah.
Terra
If it wasn't
Azu,
Sun, if it wasn't Sun mode, I agree. It could be, it could be really annoying, especially if it was free Terra. Yeah, I'm looking at this more and more, dude. Like the fact that you get the 105.95, but if you want a bulkier one to set up, and I think for the most part, you're always gonna bring male anyway.
Yeah.
There's a few. There's like a few moveset differences that I can't think of. On top. There are more for
I think
doubles.
I think Trick Room. I think female gets Trick Room and male doesn't.
And male,
if
and
I'm not
male
mistaken.
doesn't. Exactly. Yep. No, they both do.
Oh no, they both do. Never mind.
I think it's like a fake out plus like support. I think it's not fake out. It's something for, it's like helping hand or some crap.
It's something specifically, and like that's more beneficial for VGC. So yeah, so both of them. I don't know. Like I said, I think that for where they're at, I definitely think we could see some stuff. But if they were priced separately, I definitely would have moved Rillaboom like 3 weeks in probably. But I just didn't find. I wanted to keep my terrain. I didn't want to go. I went electric terrain back in SPL, and like it was fun. But I didn't want to run that again. And I was trying to pull off psychic terrain, and just with the Indeedee pricing and whatnot. So maybe next season we'll review that. We'll bring it up to the powers that be to price them separately or price the forms separately from now on. But
I think for some
Basculegion 12 points, that to me makes sense. Like,
because you get all 3.
You get both. Well, Basculegion, not Basculin.
Oh, sorry, Basculin.
Basculin is Basculin's 11. Yeah, Basculegion is 12. Basculin is 11. Indeedee is 7.
But the thing is, so this is my issue as well. So the reason Basculin is there is you actually can't Terra Basculin in this league. You cannot, because it gets last respects, right? The white stripe, I believe, gets last respects.
Yep, correct. Yep, the white one does.
And so they didn't want people to Terra Ghost and use it, because honestly, that'd probably be better than.
But you can Terra Basculegion.
This is true, but it can't use the last respects.
Yeah, you still Terra Blast Ghost.
Yeah, definitely all right. I just say, like, I mean, I just going on the whole last respects from that, I don't think it's that good. At least it wasn't good.
Wasn't that why the dog was that high?
Dude, the dog was 25 points, and I think that dog has less kills than Smeargle this league.
Where are we looking? I want to look at points. Where are we at? Stats? Here we go.
The dog was like 25 points.
Oh yeah, 24 points. There it is.
Like, which is insane. I played in the BBR with it, and I thought it was crazy at first, but I'm like looking back, like, wait, this mod was not that great. It forces you to draft Sand.
1,000%.
Yeah, and T-Char's a good Pokemon by itself, right?
Right.
But like, if you have to use Smooth Rock on it, you're kind of throwing away half your T-Tar to do it because you're limited to what you can do from there. Can't ban, Shuka can't do Chopples or whatever. And then Last Respect's it just wasn't good, right? I think the only person who got Last Respect kill was Smeargle, and I think Smeargle crit to get a Last Respect kill. So on Greninja, and they got another kill with Shadow Sneak. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Last Respect has like maybe 1, maybe 2 kills max this season so far, and it's not all the dog either. So
Mephisto has that, doesn't he? Is he the one that has Smeargle?
Mephisto, yeah.
Oh my God, he's the GOAT. That's incredible.
He brought
Terra Ghost Last Respects on Smeargle, incredible.
Yeah, it was like Choice Band Terra Ghost in the Trick Room with Oranguru and Wigglytuff. That battle, that was really funny. It was cool prep, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like some of the pricing is just a little, and I mean, then again, you guys were doing a lot. That was for this league, right? You guys did a lot of drafts. Am I thinking about a different league?
Yeah. No, we did the mock drafts for this one.
Okay.
This is one because we wanted to see if we wanted to have the full pool for everybody or the split pool.
Yes.
For the the S's and the A's and whatnot.
Yeah. No, I think full pool ended up working out. It's like
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. I don't think anybody had a really broken team over another one. I think it was priced pretty fairly overall. Yeah. I have my issues with like I said the get me on my MDD wagon right here. I think forms should be priced separately moving forward, but that's really my takeaway from it. Other than that, I think dog's really high.
Dog is way too high, dude. I think dog could have been 18 points realistically. And I think that's generous too.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Palafin's a little high, 25.
Yeah, I think Palafin's a little high too.
We ban Dragapult and we cap out at Palafin. I don't know about that one.
No, I think I think Palafin's really good, but I think it definitely changes a bit, especially with a few mons going down. Yeah, I'm not sure. That mon, I think it should go down. Let me actually pull this up so we can look at. Do we have the fan doc so I don't pull the one that shows? Wait, I can actually put up the record now, right? I think because this is.
I think as long as you're looking at the tiers and whatnot, you're okay.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil. I remember when I spoiled in my draft intro, which is a little sad. Tier list.
We got Ursaluna Blood Moon at 22 points, brother.
I was debating getting it, dude. I just didn't have enough. I didn't end up getting an S because I couldn't afford it, but
it's okay.
Gouge,
I think Val and Speed up there at 25. I think are
that's fine. Yeah, I think you could argue for Darkrai too, even though it hasn't done too much right now. I saw Amel just get a win with it though in a whole season. I think Gouge could be a little higher too. I
think it could probably be 24.
Yeah, I think Gouge is super freaking good, super freaking good in draft. And then
I think you could probably swap Gouge and Great Tusk.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I think Great Tusk is good. I think Gouging Fire has a bit more to the table.
I think Houndstone needs to go all the way.
Oh, A tier.
Yeah, and let me tell you, A tier, barely on the bottom, right here.
Yeah. I'd put it with Quackball. Absolutely.
I think Quackball's a way better Pokemon. Shoot.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I mean, if you're giving it Sandrush and Last Respects, I'm gonna put it at Quackball tier. Quackball, it does just as much. It's fast, hits hard. On the other side, it has Fluffy too. So
yeah. A lot of our S tiers actually, even the bottom of them is Blaziken. I don't think is S tier. That's not.
Even with Speed Boost.
Dude, I have not seen this mon do well even in lower tier league.
Okay.
I have not seen this mon do great.
I thought about if we had unlimited transactions and more transactions when I was having a mid-draft crisis. I was Chiyu's not too bad.
It's up and down. It's definitely easier to prep for, in my opinion, here because I just throw. I mean, you have a Rhyperior, right? You just make it Spadaf, Citrus Berry, do your thing, priority type of thing. I think Chiyu plus Psychic Terrain could be really cool in itself.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Regard. There's a lot of mons I would have wanted to change up. I made some changes, obviously.
Yeah, you made free agent transactions for the first time since
2019.
GBA.
Yeah, legit, yeah, GBA. Yeah, I don't usually do that, but it's. I mean, I think I talked about it, but it was basically, person paid to have the nickname on Poltergeist, and I couldn't see myself bringing it, so I forced myself to bring it versus Mephisto, and then I ended up changing it to a Sableye, which I think I could see myself. I was actually gonna bring Sableye into you.
And that Sableye would have done really well.
Yeah, it looks pretty decent. 1, 2, 3. It just Encore. Encore was a big one. Obviously, you had Frostmoth, but I would have knocked it, and then Rocks would have done its job. So I liked Encore Sableye into you with Wisp and Foul Play were Encore. And then I got Ice Cube, which is also another mon that I was debating bringing into you.
If I would have got swept by an Ice Cube, I probably would have dropped from the league. I would have just not shown up to my last matches and been nope, sorry, can't play. Give me the 3-0 forfeit. Sorry. I would have not shown my face anymore. I would have re-retired for the third time.
I was gonna be Belly Drum not Clear Amulet, Ability Shield, so that way Ogerpon doesn't attack through it.
The ball breaker through the Ice Face, yeah.
Yeah, so I still get my Ice Face, but I was debating between that and Clear Amulet, which would have been funny in this one. But yeah, I let off with it and it failed to get a kill in one of 3 mocks I did, and then I was okay, goodbye Ice Cube, you deserve a good rest.
We're good.
I do like that mono though, and I'm excited to use it. And I will use it. Shoot. But
bring it to playoffs. Yeah, because you're on a playoff run, right? Are you undefeated right now?
Yeah, I'm 7.
You're one drop? Okay.
Yeah, so I was guaranteed playoffs, I think, after I beat Mount week 5.
Okay.
Just because of how high my differential is. But I think my differential now is plus 22, 23 maybe.
Okay.
So I can get 6-0 twice and still, I think, make it.
There you go.
But I don't
You should
want
challenge yourself to do that. Get 6-0 twice. and still
challenge
play.
myself to get 6-0 is crazy. I
Hey,
can do
listen,
it.
man.
I can definitely switch around, but no, I can't. But
Just run like special like Urshifu or something with Surf, you know?
yo, you want to know what Urshifu said I was going to bring here that would have been absolutely terrible?
I don't want to know. Go on ahead.
It was going to be Iron Defense Weakness Policy with screens. And then just so the rhythm hits me, I Trailblaze. And then I just Surging Strikes, Close Combat the whole team. And I was like, wow, this is very stupid. But
Yeah, no, if you would have brought that,
it?
yeah, that's another set that I would have just like, nope, we're good.
Should
We're
I
good.
do it?
If I ever come into those sets where it's like just on principle, it 4-0s me, 5-0s me just as soon as you get set up, I'm like, no, we're good. We're good. I don't need to play this match anymore. Like I'm good. Go watch the other guy's video.
You know, I understand that, man. I do mock
like
that.
after a point, it's like, all right, you can have your fun. I'm gonna go now.
Was this enough speed for Cyclizar?
Yeah, +2 that goes up above Cyclizar, which I was like, that's incredible. Like that was, I didn't realize I only needed that much speed after an agility. So
Yeah, my team's not like super hardcore fast like it usually is with like Regieleki or Electrode or anything like that. It's just Cyclizar is my fastest mon. Just makes up for it with like priority from like Urshifu and stuff. Are you in the next league as well? Are we in the next league together?
Have you talked about it yet before I spoil it?
Yeah, dude. I've told everybody since like week 2.
You tell. I mean, you already told people like your firstborn child's name, and that's gonna be yours from now. Like you tell everything on stream.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Dog Number 3.
Dog number 3 aim. I love it.
Probably Furfo.
Yeah, no, we'll be in the next league.
Yeah. All right. So like next league we're doing Ubers, guys. So I'm excited.
That'll be a fun one. I'm like, I don't know what the tiering is or anything like that. So like the last time I've even considered an Ubers draft league, like Dialga was S tier. So like,
yeah. So
I don't know if we're doing like
Dialga's
Miraidon and stuff.
Definitely not S tier. Let me see if I can open this up without showing. Perfect. All right. So I take some pictures. I'm just gonna paste this to you. But
Okay.
so the thing is, you get like either 1 platinum or like a gold and a bronze or a gold and silver, depending, or like 2 silvers or like that. So like that's kind of like the tiers. So and then the rest is going to be obviously tiered regularly.
Is it on Wi-Fi?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that the gear one was actually in.
Yeah, it came from Magearna came from home from Pokemon Home, and it got banned immediately.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I had no idea it was. I like never seen it.
No, I legit forgot too.
Okay.
I legit forgot that mon.
Like that's why I was like, are we doing a showdown league? Like, okay, sure. Like it's content, but oh my god. Okay, so.
No, there's a lot of cool mons that you could potentially get, and a lot of cool combinations. So I'm very excited about that, just because it's new. I'm very much enjoying PPL. Obviously, I'm liking my team a little more than I did when I first drafted it. I still don't think it's a broken team like on paper by any means, but the mons are.
I got a very well-balanced team. I think like there's nothing that stands out to me as like, oh God, help me, please don't bring this.
Yeah.
I think that like, all in all, you're like, yeah, Urshifu can hit hard, but like, I've got to check, or like Entei could pop me, but like, here's Pokemon. Like, I think you've got enough pieces that as long as you're building right, like you have a very solid balanced team. Like, I feel like a lot of my offense comes in the form of like 3 mons, which is kind of how I put it out there.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to be like, all right, here's like Fizdef Arbalava, here's my Sneasler and Cleaver answer. Like
Yeah.
I can't break those after a certain point. So I think you've got a very well balanced team, and I think it's one of your better ones. You know,
Maybe.
I'm a fan of it. It's better than the Squawkabilly team.
Hey man, barely. That team was the GOAT too. That team was the GOAT.
Dugong team too?
That was Dugong. Yeah, that was Dugong.
That was Dugong too? Damn. Okay.
Hey, listen,
okay,
Dugong
okay.
got robbed, okay? Would have gotten 5 kills in that game, except that, what's it called? Basculin kept critting Hayden, like the whole game.
Oh, that's right.
They crit him the whole game, so all of Dugong's kills got robbed.
Was that the game? Did you re-retire him after that game?
His viewers retired me after that game.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but he did.
They came after you?
Yeah, they were not fans. They were definitely
I've been
not
there. I've been there. That was my GBA days with like Dan and Shady of like, listen, you beat him. I'm gonna cut. No, okay, hey man, that's okay.
I mean,
Sure
to be fair,
thing.
it's how people get with teams too, right? Like when their team wins, oh, our team won, my team won. When they lose, oh, they lost, type of thing, right? People get like that. I will say it's toned down a little bit since back then. Thankfully, I think it's because we grew up a bit, and it's kind of we're not getting as pissed off when we lose as
yeah,
well.
we all understand that, like, all right, we play this game. Like, how long have I been doing this? I was just thinking about it. I've had like a YouTube channel for almost 10 years now. Like,
yeah,
what are we doing here if I'm still getting mad over like, you know, RNG? I said it, I think, in my week 6 team builder. I like led off with like, listen, you know, I understand the game we play. I just have had 3 weeks in a row of just the low end of the stick. So if I get a little annoyed, it's not because I'm playing the game. It's because I keep playing the game. Like, yeah, I'm not like, I'm not dumb enough to think like, oh, this 10% chance. No, if I want to do that, I go play checkers or something. Like, come on.
Percent checkers. I prefer it to chess.
Just a smart man's game. Checkers. I'm not going to say checkers a dumb man's game, because that one checkers fan you have is going to come find me and be like, listen.
No, I'm the one checkers fan, bro. I can play.
You're the one. Okay.
My favorite thing to do in checkers is make it that we always tie. I like not making my opponent able to move. It's like playing stall, but.
You're playing stall and
but it's more like stalemate.
This man brings Dozo.
That's what I used to do in high school. I used to play checkers on the iPhone with my friend, with Raul, and I would just like make it so he couldn't move. And that was the game, and we just tie. I was like, all right, good train ride. Let's go to class.
There we go. I'm still looking at this screenshot. I'm like, so much of like, it's a
lot of cool stuff, bro. I'm very excited. A lot of cool stuff. Is there any particular type of draft you want to do, though?
No.
Like, I will say this is going to be open Terra for Terra Captain's Terra Team preview as well. So that'll be brand new for us.
Oh.
So
is it low tier? It's open. So if it's open,
it's all tiers except for, I'm pretty sure, Ubers, and there are some restrictions on some of the, like Regieleki won't be able to Terra. There'll be some Terra bans. You know, like some mons won't be able to Terra. But so let's say you have
everything aside from like your Ubers and select mons can Terra.
Correct.
Oh.
And there'll be obviously there'll be a Terra captain, and then certain mons will be points. Like for instance, let's say Lander's Therian, maybe it costs 18 points or 16 or whatever.
But you still assign a captain though.
Correct. But then maybe it's 22.
Oh, I'm thinking like I can bring like my
whole team on my Terra. Team. Yeah, no.
I was like,
this ain't for that. I'll just play OU. You know?
Yeah, at this point, you know, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so you still pick a Terra Captain, but
Correct.
It can do anything.
So if you're Terra Captain Skeleturge, and let's say you're fighting my team with Urshifu, and you decide you're going to go Terra Grass on Skeleturge or Terra Water, in the battle, right before we play, you have to say, I'm Terra Water Skeleturge, or Terra Grass Skeleturge. And I have to say before we play.
Like at preview?
Even before preview, like when we're about to load up. Or like at preview, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. Hey, I'm
that's
Terra.
fair. I mean, that's I don't mind that. That's like, you know, that's VGC with OTS right now.
Yeah,
you don't know what the other person's bringing until right now.
Yeah, open team sheet helps. I will say though that if I bring both Terra captains, I hate it because it's the same. It's the same thing. It's still the same thing for me. But I think it's gonna be fun. We haven't done that yet, and I'm at this point I'm kind of willing to do anything for draft just to kind of just try and experience. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I just want to experience.
Oh yeah,
all the different parts.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I think Ubers is good content. I think it's good thumbnail. You know, at the end of the day. I think it'll be fun on both sides. And worst case scenario, you know, so do you think that looking at this screenshot without revealing anything, do you think you're leaning more towards the top or more like 2 of them?
Middle, 2 of them for sure.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think
unless I'm absolutely first, because then there's.
Give me a number. Give me a number in that first column. Number 1 at the top, number 5 at the bottom. If you were first, which would you grab?
1 or 4, easily.
Okay.
1 is broken. Okay. 1 is absolutely broken. And they were actually debating getting rid of it. But 1 is broken, and then 4 is just insane at what it could do.
Did we ban the other one?
The other one's banned. In fact, actually, number 1 was debating being banned, but the reason it got brought back is because they wouldn't have. It might not be less fair for people. Like you don't want people running around with their, you know. All the way at the bottom, like the last one, like their Uber being. Imagine your Uber Chase was number 4 in bronze.
Yep.
I'd be mad. I'd be so mad if that was my Uber. If I was like last. Number 4 in bronze. That's your Uber for this entire league.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking 4 from the bottom. Yeah, no. If 4 was my Uber and that was the only one I got, yeah, no.
I'd be pissed, right? And you can technically, you can afford more. If you get bronze, you can afford 2 bronze. You can even get a silver. But I'm just saying, like, what's left? If that was my Uber, I'd be pissed the hell off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, no, you're telling me. I mean, number one is my Uber. I'd probably be a little salty about.
Yeah. I agree. Number one, the one.
I think really anything in bronze. I think if you only get one bronze, you're kind of out of luck, truthfully.
But you should be able. There's enough points where
like number 3 maybe could jump in. Like
I'd be okay. I'd be okay with number 3. I think I'd be okay with number 5. The people are like, what are they talking about? Which mon are they talking about? But number 5, I'd actually be okay with, just because I'd never played in a league with it.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be fun to play around with in singles. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
I think some of those mons that we've historically banned in there would be cool. So I think that'd be good. And then as you like crawl up the list into silver and gold and platinum and stuff, I think any of those would be fine. Yeah, no, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I'm excited. I'm so excited about this.
When does that start? Is that like October, November?
We actually start drafting, I believe, mid-October. I think because this one's coming out on next week. I think I could say I'm pretty sure. I'm not, obviously I don't run it. I DM.
We're just playing, yeah.
Yeah. But Owen runs it obviously right now. But it's I believe that the announcement's going up soon, maybe either this week or next week. And then we'll start. They'll do the invites for the coaches for the Discord, and I believe we start drafting mid-October. I've been ready to draft like September 1st.
I'm always ready to draft.
Yeah, dude. He said,
"You get me done with one draft." I'm like, "Let's go."
Yeah, literally. Owen was like, "Bro, but I don't want people waiting a month and a half or 2 months to start." I was like, "That's the fest. Just have open grace for a month and a half, and we could just change our teams, draft a couple times. I don't care."
Open grace? No. Oh my god.
That'd be insane.
I think like 24-hour grace is good. We did like a week grace with PPL.
Yes. And everybody had crazy teams.
I don't know about that. I think you do the draft with the timer. I think you do 24 hours grace, and then we finish on like a Thursday. We say not the next Sunday, but the Sunday after, like battles are due.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't mind 2 weeks waiting for battles though, just to give the prep for the first one, especially because of timing wise with this one. But or at least a week and a half or whatever, just to be ahead. I think having 2 battles done before it even starts is pretty cool. Obviously, that never works out by the end. Everybody, at best, we're always a week ahead. We're all playing Sunday, but
yeah, we try so hard to be ahead, and then all of a sudden it's like, well,
we have life. Life gets
something comes up, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, we were 2 weeks ahead, but now it's more like
now we're all caught up and but it's better than playing 6 games at once.
He says as he edits his week 6 battle the day before it's supposed to go up.
That's not me. That's Pedro, and that's my goat as well.
No, I'm talking about me. No, Pedro's a goat for sure.
Pedro's the goat. But no,
I'm getting mine up right now. I'm running my proxies. I've just been behind with all the VGC stuff, so I'm like, let's get this. Jack gives me the thumbnail like 4 days in advance. I'm like, all right, thank you. Like, yeah, the video is certainly done for me to upload this. So yeah, that's my Saturday evenings.
Yeah, Mephisto, I have no idea when we're getting our video done, but yeah, I'll just put it up whenever because I know he's busy. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool to see us all, I guess, evolve when it comes to draft and like adjust as well. I remember before, there's always on the doc rules, if you miss 1 or 2, you're out. Nobody does that crap. Nobody cares.
Yeah, no, we have never enforced that. Anytime anybody enforced it, it's like, well, you got to remember,
just remove that rule.
Life happens. It's like, now, are we holding life happens or are we not holding life happens?
Yeah, like what's going on?
You know, if we're holding one thing, I'm the first person. Like, I'm the worst person to play if people are like late or anything along those lines, because I'm the first person to be like, listen, we said Saturday at 2. If we can't play Sunday, like, I'm starting to prep on Monday for next game.
No, I understand. I understand. That's why I try to do things well in advance. If I'm saying, hey, like yesterday when I passed you the thing, obviously, if I had something busy, I was like, hey, listen, can I make it? That's why I like to make it also from 1 to 4, just in case. Like instead of like
if we go a little early, for sure. Start a little early, go a little late. Yeah, you always get that 3-hour window for sure.
I think so. And you can still do things same day, but just gotta be courteous about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You reach out in advance. Hey, you know, can you do like shout out Shroom Raver, by the way. When I was leaving for Baltimore, I was like a week and a half before our match was even need to be scheduled. I'm like, hey, I'm flying out. Like, what's your schedule? Can we just put it on the calendar? Like, can we just get it out there so we know we're ready and we're good to go?
Yeah, the people that play a week before, like before you even play your other game, I love them. Like, people are so nice, man.
Yeah, as long as both people are cool with it. Like, obviously, if you're busy, you know, hey, we got to push into, you know, the week of or something like that. But I always appreciate when people can coordinate and stuff like that.
Especially because VGC, I think VGC is the one where we get everybody, like at least in some season, everybody goes at some point.
Oh yeah, I think everybody tries their hand at it. I think it's fun. I think a lot of the amount of people I meet. So at Indy, I met a lot of people who are like big in a draft league. You know, they would like, we'd start talking about it, and then they'd be like, oh, like you're CBAD, right? Like, yeah, like, oh, it was cool. You know, hey, your draft league videos are sick, blah, blah, blah. Baltimore is crazy. The amount of people both at the venue and then out at like the club and everything that were like, yo, your draft leagues are dope. Like, I was impressed, like the amount of people that actually watch and like consume draft league or play draft league. And then old boy that won Baltimore is apparently the VGC draft runner guy. Like, he runs the biggest VGC draft league.
Yes, yeah, the winner. Yeah, he runs.
Yeah, like it was a big weekend for draft kids at Baltimore.
I know everybody was hyped. I think that was so sick too. Just like to have people that are, you know, obviously play a different. I mean, obviously they run the VGC draft league, so they play VGC. But I think it's pretty cool to see people like that, like winning. I like seeing. You know, I like seeing the same, like the top people win. But I also like consistently. But I also like seeing a new head pop up occasionally. I mean, I don't know how new that person is, but I did hear that they were a draft league, like the biggest VGC Discord. So I thought that's sick.
Yeah, no, it was super sick. Yeah, I think everybody. I think if you're like even like fans of yours, if they're like just historically singles players, I think this right now, this between now and January is like my favorite time to do VGC because there's no restricteds, there's no paradoxes, there's no tablets of ruin. Like, it is fair game,
and there's
like,
no game coming out.
Not, yeah, and there's no game coming out. So like, you just have these mons. Now January, when we go back to single restricted, yeah, grab your Miraidon and have your fun, play your mirrors. But like, we had like a Scyther and a Jumpluff and an Electabuzz in Top Cut at Baltimore. Like, it was so crazy to just see those as like very viable mons.
That's sick. Scyther specifically is really cool too.
Scyther was dope. I don't know what the set was. I have to go back and watch it. But like, Electabuzz is super good right now because you can't spore it with Vital Spirit.
Can't paralyze it.
You can't paralyze it. So as long as you're running like Fizz Def Bulky, like, it's pretty much a Sneasler answer.
Does it have Follow Me still?
It has Follow Me. It can do Helping Hand, Electro Web, Taunt, things like that. So It's good for redirection. Like,
all the usually useless moves on my section.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. All those moves it gets, and like, it's unfortunately like very good. Like, my round 7 was like Dragapult and Electabuzz as a lead, and Electabuzz just shut me down. I couldn't get through it, and Dragapult just kept like punching me in the face.
Oof, that's nasty. That's
it's
so
super
cool.
Solid. That's why I said it's like when I was walking by the stage and I saw a Jumpluff on stream, I was tweaking. I was like, "There's no way. There's zero way this is a Pokemon on stream right now." Like, it's just so good.
I always get the random urges to do VGC, but then I like they go away because life happens.
For sure.
But like, it's always fun dabbling. It is one of my big goals of the subathon, but it's like the goal I'm not gonna do because if we hit all 30 days, I'll do most of the goals anyway. But I do say going to a VGC regional is not a goal I'll do just because if I go to a VGC regional, I have to prep hard. Like, I gotta. I'm gonna show up in an event.
If you want to go to Toronto, I'll save you a spot.
I can't.
That's December.
I can't try. December's hard.
Or you want to do Kentucky next month? You can stay with the family. We're getting a hotel room. I'm bringing the wife and kid. We can all hang out.
I got the wifey's traveling, and then I'm traveling in November, so I got money basically spent, and then the thing I have to pay off as well. So that's kind of like taking a lot, and the loan I had to get because of that. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe next year. Maybe with the new game. Though the new game won't even have it unless it has battling. Hold up.
I have said so many times, like, Mega Evolution being it's a battle mechanic. You better give us a good battle system in this. Like, it makes no sense not to.
Exactly. Like, it's literally a battle mechanic. Give us something we can do. Let us play. Just especially if we're not going to get another game. Let me play my friends. Even if it's like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I don't care. I actually had fun battling my friends.
You were like the only person that enjoyed, like, I think like you, Nexus, and Hayden were the only one that enjoyed like Comp and Let's Go.
Bro, I loved it, dude. I got to use all the originals.
If we don't get good Comp in Legends ZA, I need the BDSP mod for Nat Dex to be finished.
Goat.
That's what I need.
I agree. We'll start that soon too. Very soon. Once that comes out, that'll probably be the next one. But I have to go help the wifey cook. And obviously, you have everyone in your family as well. So, as always, Chase, it has been a pleasure talking about nothing that has to do with our teams. Peace draft. I love that we were talking about the Ubers League, showing things but not showing people as well, which is always
you got people that are sitting there just for the watch retention. They're like, I don't know what they're saying, but they are cooking right now.
I think our interviews are minimum 40 minutes.
Always.
Yeah. But guys, please check out Chase. Genuine soul, great guy, like great content, and yeah, dude. Anything you want to say to the people before we hop off?
Nah, if you're watching this far, just spam GOAT in the comments section because that's what Joey is. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle and the post-game interview. It's always good talking with you, bud.
Much love.
Looking forward to the next league as always, and I'm wishing you luck in your playoffs.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. We still have to do our little. At some point, we still have to do our series. Or
one of these days.
Streaming or whatever we're doing with it. But, yep. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.